Gonner 2 is a roguelite platforming shooter. This one I had no idea was coming out, and I did play the first one a bit and even enjoyed it for what it was worth, but didn't bother beating it. I found the roguelite aspect of it far too repetitive, and there's not enough random occurrences or variety when you play through it. The levels are smaller, and then there's limitations with the combat. You can only shoot horizontally front and back. With this one, you can now shoot in any direction, and on top of that, there is 4-player local co-op, which I did check out on parsec. It is available on Xbox Game Pass on both console as well as PC. Like the first game, you have a skull which determines your health or other special abilities like a double shot with the gun head, your primary weapon, which is everything from like an assault rifle to a shotgun, flamethrower, bat, and your backpack, which now all it does is collect the currency in the game you get for taking out enemies, and then whatever multiplier you have. The higher the multiplier, the more currency you get. This is a little disappointing because the special abilities were kind of nice in the previous game, but I think they took it out because the maps are a lot larger, and now you can shoot in any direction, and you're spending a lot of time just blasting away, so it doesn't have as much of an impact. When you do die, though, you can resurrect like the previous game, but this is different since the map is bigger. It's a little bit trickier. So there's a boost ability now. You can jump, and then you can also scoot in a direction to kind of get out of the way. So combat focused, obviously, overall. You start off like the previous game. You pick your skull from the tree as you unlock more and more show up. You have your weapon and your backpack. Now, one thing with this is there are purple chests, and that's how you unlock the skull and the weapons. But after you go down the chute, you pick everything. You can pick one of 2 different worlds to enter, and you have that enemy, then you have a boss associated with that enemy. The chests are new too. This is more of a roguelite type of a thing where you can like deal more damage. You have bigger magazines. Your character is faster. That is not separate from the skull and the weapon. It just enhances that. Bosses are all new, and these are okay. It's a good variety. They're not that difficult, but you want to pick the right weapon for the right boss. So when you jump in, depending on the weapon that you picked, you want to pick that enemy type, as you'll have an easier time. Now there is a real shop. Everything you've unlocked, some of that will show up here, and then the blue chests boost, those will show up too. One thing though, the purple chests on each of the levels, they're out of the way. This isn't really a spoiler. You gotta look for brain blocks on the side of the map and then blast those away, and then you keep going up, keep going down in one direction, then you unlock those. Otherwise, you can miss them, which I did until I was later into the game. 1 to 4 player local co-op. You start in that Death Labyrinth lobby. There has been some issues with people being able just to join in, but the big problem with it is the steep learning curve. It takes time for people to get all the items, everything. They have to all go down the chute to get the level going. And then when you get into a map, the other problem is the camera. When somebody dies, even if you didn't, it often pans back to them, and then your character dies. On top of all this, if you jump on each other, you kind of lose all your stuff, and it's really easy to do. So you want to have someone serious playing with you when you play this. I don't recommend buying or picking up Game Pass to play Gonner 2. If you already do have Game Pass, though, it is definitely worth checking out, as I did have fun just blasting away, checking out the different weapons and the multiplier when the colors change, and then just seeing the new enemies, the new map layout. Like, it's cool at first, but it gets repetitive very, very quick, and just the issues on parsec where people are quitting out, they goof around, they don't know what they're doing, and then they just quit. There just isn't any staying power there. You really need someone serious that is going to get past the learning curve at least to play it with you and stick to it. Then it can be worth it, but otherwise it's just too repetitive. There's not much there to kind of keep you back and wanting to play more. But if you do pick it up, please check out the links below for Game Pass on console or PC. If you like this video, please give a like. Disliked it, give it a dislike. Really liked it, consider subscribing. And I will see you next time.